Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Sorry it's a little bit late today. I have so many things going on today. It's unbelievable. So welcome everybody to the chat. Welcome to today's live stream. This is pretty much to cover everything that's transpired this week. If you've got any questions, if you've got anything that's unanswered, if there's any questions you have about Orbital Command's AMA that they did yesterday, yeah, we can just cover it all. Don't forget to smash a like, as YouTubers always say. And yeah, let's just dive straight into it. So as you can see, the price of Terra Classic is currently, it's not mooning, but it's making a serious attempt to break out. And this is pretty much down to, I would say, the market in itself attempted to make a very nice breakout, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. On these breaking out, we do see it drag the price of other coins upwards. So as you can see, Bitcoin right now is breaking out. Very, very nice green candle being presented in front of us as we speak. And we're seeing this reaction, obviously, with Terra Classic. Let me just shut my window, folks. 2 seconds. No doubt you could hear the people outside. So jumping back to it, as you can see, we are currently producing a very large candle. And it's nice. It's nice to see the market reacting like this. It's nice to see movement. A lot of people have been saying to me over the past couple of days, when are we going to see a price breakout? And without everything else that's going on happening, we will always see price breakouts with Bitcoin carrying the market along. And this just always happens. It's not unusual for it to happen. I'm just going to change the name of this. There we go. Put a little breakout in the title. So yeah, it's really important that we do see these swings all the time, because like I say to people, the ups wouldn't seem so up if the downs weren't so down. So right now we've been in that consolidation phase, resisting Bitcoin's downtrend, in my opinion, very well. And now, as soon as Bitcoin's going to make a move, what are we doing, folks? We are already making a move, and this is very important. And it's very important just because it shows that A, the coin does have strength. B, the coin's ready to move in a positive direction when the market figures itself out, and it's super important. So let's go over to the chat. I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to get my Streamlabs chat up. There we go. So just Tim, go HCC. Welcome to the chat, Tim. Thank you for always supporting us. Thank you to us all. Thank you all for supporting us. Byron, I've had my first idea to make a LUNC supporting app. Assuming the proposal for on-chain burns gets implemented, this will be pretty helpful. And hopefully I will inspire people to make their own app. And that's what it's all about. It's not just about doing something. It's about inspiring others in the process of doing that. So Byron, I really think you've got a good idea there. You should chase it along, and don't ever think to yourself, I can't achieve something. Okay, achieving something starts at telling yourself you can achieve this. VTracer first. I think you are third. Kurt Wenk. Do numbers of holders listed on CoinMarketCap include individuals with their LUNC on exchange? The holders on CoinMarketCap are supposed to represent every single bag holder across the board on all exchanges. It's an across the board number. They seem to have all of the other circulating supply numbers correct. I've not seen any other circulating supply numbers to show us otherwise that there are more holders, and I have done all of the checks across the board, also using a tool that other people use to also query systems, and it does seem we do have the correct circulating supply. We do have the correct amount of holders showing. So moving forward, Byron, okay. Andy Shepherd probably nipped out to get some more tea bags. And Andy Shepherd, you are not lying. I did have to go out, nip to the shops, grab some tea bags, grab some milk, and grab some more coffee beans, because I do bean to cup pretty much. So yeah, not wrong there. Hello, Hi, Max Musterman. Texas Crypto, the planetary alignment this morning was cool. Yeah. Must be working out for us, eh? Shane Hawes, personally, I think he gives that cat too much credit unless it's the mixing, sound, or editing. Happy is just writing. The cat, believe it or not, is actually sat on my lap during probably like 80% of every video recorded, every stream done. I mean, she's on my lap right now. Andy Shepherd, Happy Catty Music Channel, I like it. Yeah, the beats are made up by someone who I have worked with previously with some Instagram stuff that I used to do with Retro Tech, and he did make me up some really nice beats for that during that time. And yeah, we will be using his music. You can find him on SoundCloud. It's JAWM. That's JWAMB. And yeah, his music's up. You can look at it. You can listen to it. You can do what you want with it. And yeah, he's a really cool guy. So don't forget to hit that like button, Dazzler83. Honestly, folks, you don't have to hit anything. It's totally down to you, but it does help. The algorithm. Adam, keep up the good work. We'll try to always keep on top of everything. But like everyone else, I am a human and I do need rest time to time. But I am always on top of everything, and I do always make sure that I'm watching everything that's unfolding and transpiring. Shroomhead, hello people, welcome Shroomhead. The Green Wolf on Gemini, it's sitting at 0.00006011. And that's normal to see different prices on different exchanges. Some people do arbitraging, which if you don't know what arbitraging is, it pretty much to buy coins at a cheaper price somewhere else, take them to another exchange and sell them there for a higher price. So is this a normal Friday breakout or an actual FOMO buying event? I wouldn't say this is a FOMO buying event because, in my opinion, we should have seen some serious FOMO price action from the vast accumulation of this wallet on both USTC and Lunar Classic and Anchor Protocol, but we just haven't seen those price pumps. So good morning from Perth, Australia. You're doing an awesome job, Jay. Thank you, Rips. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all you folks for being here and just supporting all the channels all the time, following the work and really just pushing it all along. Thoughts on Metagloria NFT? I don't know much about Metagloria, and I do not trend. I don't tend to tread through NFTs too much, but there is an upcoming series of videos on how to create an NFT, where you can go to mint it, how you mint it, what mint it is, and all the ins, outs, and if, buts, and coconuts to do with NFTs. So WTNG, that will be coming soon. Byron Alice, we have business and economics influence from outside the crypto, also promoting crypto as a smart investment in the upcoming recession. I doubt we are seeing that right now, but it is positive. Yeah. This whole thing with a recession, anything can happen, folks. Always remember that. This isn't something that's unusual to happen. It does happen all the time. I'm just going to take a sip of my tea. I know, right? Dangerous game. Drinking tea in a live stream. Love from India. Yep, straight back at you from Love from the UK. What's poppin', Penguin Gang? Legit, if you don't know about the Penguin Gang, then you need to know pretty much. But I guess this is a thing that's starting to come out of the woodwork now. And I like to believe that we are like a big huddle of penguins trying to keep warm in the Arctic storm. Will we have more luck with new validators that may come on board in August? Yes. I would say yes, we're going to see a lot of new validators come on board. And one of these validators, I can't fully confirm it, but they have spoken to me about it. They have made a public statement about it, and that is LUNC DAO, looking to get an active validator status on the Classic net because they only have one on the main net at the moment. But people like LUNC DAO will be looking to make that jump 100%. Moving forward, George in Zunza, Hotbit has LUNC on the Osmosis blockchain at 4038. Rafael Tolentino. Hey Jay, big fan from the Philippines. Folks, let me know in the comments what you think this price pump. Why is this happening? Why do you think this is happening? Is it Bitcoin? Is this the burn factor catching up with us? Are we just an underpriced coin? What do you think? Let me know. Loving your work and the work on Terror Rebels. Long may it last. And Andy Shepherd, I can honestly say to you, Terror Rebels are not going anywhere. They're here to fix a problem, and that is exactly what they are going to do, regardless of how long it takes or what is incorporated into doing that. And yeah, they're doing a really good job. They're very professional. We're talking about doing a public AMA similar to what Orbital Command did yesterday, but just with the Terror Rebels and allowing you, the community, to come forward and possibly ask them some questions. Why is there Jags out there saying that Binance has 5.7 trillion in his wallet? Why do people listen to anyone other than you? Because the issue is what happens is I post content and then 90% of the other YouTubers take my content, reword it, and then turn it into hopium or some way to drag followers in very, very fast, or just to catch your attention really, really fast. And what they don't explain to you is it's not that 5.7 trillion isn't what they have in their wallet. It's what's been sent to the wallet. Now, the amount that's actually been sent back out of the wallet is what we're more concerned with. So if we get BitQuery to load up, we'll get this horrible. I don't even know why people use white screens as standard. This is 2022. We've all got eyes we need to save. Okay, so as you can see, we've got 5.79 trillion, excuse me, that has been received to this wallet, and then sent is 3.4 trillion. Now, if we grab a calculator, I'll be able to see this. You folks won't because of the way my screen's set up, but if we take 5.79 and we minus out the 3.46 trillion, that leaves us with 2.33 trillion in this wallet. Okay. And then if we go over to the Terra Finder, as you can see there, we're at around that 2.33 trillion mark. But it's, like I said, there's always a slight differentiation on it. They're hiding coins so frequently and so much that both struggle to correlate with each other and keep on top of a similar price scale. And we see this with the engineer. So if I flick us to the engineer also is not caught up correctly yet. Yeah, so this is around, I think, 1 billion behind. So what these YouTubers are doing is they're pretty much taking a small bit of information and turning it into hopium in the hope to drag viewers in, grab your view really quickly, and then give you twisted information that has truth to it, but they're twisting it at a different angle. So what we do know is that this wallet definitely holds 3.3 trillion. That's because we've sourced and found the other 1 trillion that went missing. And if you don't know about the 1 trillion coins that went missing, there are a few YouTube videos on this channel that explain it in depth very well, exactly where it went, how they did it, how many wallets they used to do it, and how they sent that money flow around and still flowing like that today. So yeah, so Bo's Outdoor, as to people saying that, what you need to remember is whatever Binance is doing, it's not, we don't know what they're doing. We can only look at the facts and we can only open the doors so we can see what's going on and just keep following it as it unfolds. A lot of these YouTubers are doing the whole, it's going to go to the moon tomorrow. It's a moonshot. Folks, oh my God, folks. Oh my God, folks. You're not going to believe this. But it's just not like that. The crypto really doesn't work like this. There's very minimal amounts of coins that have pumped monumentally to a new price level and held it. For everything that pumps in a direct line like what we're seeing now, we're possibly going to see this dump again later because it's all down to Bitcoin at the moment. Like I said, it's dragging the market. So moving forward anyway, made by Yas, drinking Moroccan tea. Oh, very nice. Bo's Outdoor, Jonestown, PA, love HCC. We love you too. I love all of you folks. You're awesome. You make this channel what it is, day in and day out. CZ is watching your stream. It wouldn't surprise me. I have no doubt that they've seen what we're doing. If they saw that 101 K Bitcoin insinuation that was thrown their way and they responded to that within a day, why have they not responded to us and our Lunar Classic coin issue? Obviously, to a lot of people, it may seem obvious, but if it was that obvious, then Binance would have come out and just said, look, it's users' coins. It's pretty obvious, folks. UST is up 83%. LUNC is trailing. Let's get UST price up for you, folks. Oh, okay. That is a very large candle. So yeah, it would be really nice to see USTC repeg itself. Does that mean it's going to repeg itself? No, because there's a lot of work to happen before this can happen. And what people need to understand with this coin is the holders are so high in that top 10 holders. It's 75.16% of the circulating supply. It's quite a lot. Sorry, folks, just muted my mic there so I could cough without coughing on you, folks. So yeah, UST is one to watch, but also be very mindful of the amount of percentage that's in the top 100 holders, because they pretty much hold it all. Moving forward, do you think that we break the 0.06 to 07 mark and keep that uptrend by the end of the month? I'm not a technical advisor and I can't advise you so much on price. All I can say to you is I hope to see us reach a new higher low, hold that higher low, and then possibly move upwards in the future. Is Luna in MetaMask legit? You'll have to elaborate a little bit more on what you mean by that, Salmana. Hello, Jacob, sir. Lots of love to you and Happy from India. Lots of love back to all of you. Thank you very much, Panky. And yeah, my full name is Jacob, just in case any of you lot don't know that. It's Jacob, abbreviated as Jake for short, but my friends have always just called me Jay. But you folks can call me whatever you want, whatever makes you feel comfy, whatever makes you feel more entrusting to me. Yeah, just do whatever you want to do, folks. You're your own people. Bless you, brother, for the great work. Thank you, Vintage Secured Ghana Limited. You are the next. You're the next Ducon, but a positive one. Thank you. There's rumors CZ Binance may repeg the coin. Is there any possibility, in your opinion, that this could happen? George Flores, I know where this bit of information has stemmed from, and it stemmed from a series of tweets Binance has put out about pretty much putting a lifeline out there for coins that are not actually dead, but just in a tricky situation. And anything's possible. Binance have done a lot of good things for the community in the past, and they're really not against the community. They've always really stood with the community. So we can only sit and watch how this is going to play out and what their actual plan is for those coins. Now, speaking to someone yesterday who is in the know quite a lot, they have said to me that all of those coins, it's impossible for all of those coins in that wallet to be users' coins, just because of the no FOMOing in, the holders are not increasing, we're not seeing any whale stat buys or anything like that, which is such huge content for whale watchers and Twitter accounts and stuff like that. They would be all over anybody buying large amounts of what we've been seeing with Lunar Classic, but we're just not seeing that, are we? It's really, really peculiar. So the Green Wolf, you guys heard Happy. Tomorrow we will all be rich. Never financial advice, folks. Suns now. Any thoughts on when staking will be re-enabled? Yes, there'll be an update coming later. Pretty much a status update as to what's happening with 4095, where we stand, how long it possibly is going to take to get implemented. And there will also be a 4080 update later today talking about the block, the epoch, and when and if we're going to reach it. But have no fear, folks. 4080 as it has executed its parameter change proposal, they go through automatically. So do try not to worry about that so much. Baldor, I love this dude Ross comedy into his day with poking at opium YouTubers. I just can't help myself, because it's the whole They build you up really big for something that's just like factually. If you actually look at it for the facts, you're just like, I don't think so. So moving forward, for the proposed. Oh, hey Craig, nice to see you in here, Craig Salter. Really nice to see you in here. Anybody who's been here from the get-go, anybody that supports from those first videos, kudos to you, and just kudos to all of you as the subscribers. Hence why they're accumulating. Top USTC holders have a vested interest in repegging the stablecoin. That possibly could seem so. It could seem so. Let's have a quick check, see what Luna 2's doing. Yeah, see, just not reacting to Bitcoin opening up. In fact, it's rather slow, in my opinion, to it opening up. Moving back to Terra Classic. So, what did you take from last night's meeting, Happy? I took a lot of things from it. The fact that they've reached out to the community, and I possibly believe this was a reach out from Duquan and Terra Labs, and we all know what would happen if they attempted to do an AMA like this. It would be insane. It would be an absolute pitchfork and torches moment for Terra Labs and Duquan. So I personally believe the reach out last night was to get a grasp of what's actually happening in the Luna Classic community. I felt like they knew we would all turn up. I feel like they knew we would be backing it up and saying what we were saying, and they allowed us to dominate that stream for around an hour, which is really, really good, just because we dominated 1 whole hour of their stream. And do you want to know another cool thing, folks? There was less people watching their stream on their side than there was just less people, and there were more people watching on HappyCattyCrypto. So it just goes to show that the strength out there for Luna compared to Luna Classic is way stronger for Luna Classic. My key takeaways from that is that we need to work together as a team across the board with everybody. And this doesn't just mean working with Luna 2 neither. This means working with any other coins that are interested in the system, interested in possibly using Luna Classic as a use case for possibly their metaverses and things like that. And folks, remember, we do have a marketing department in Terra Rebels, and their sole purpose is to reach out to people like retail. So yeah, moving forward, can you please do more videos on Terra Rebels steering group meeting? Yes, Yuri, I am. The meeting itself, it's around I think just under 2 hours. I'm halfway through breaking down all of the bits, putting a commentary over it, and then uploading it in drips and drabs. But any key takeaways there were from that meeting, you would have already heard them. The only other things you haven't heard are things that are going to be rolled out, and you folks will be told about that stuff today. Vegas dropped a big bomb inside the Orbital Command AMA yesterday evening. If you missed that, I understand if you missed it, but he did drop a rather large bomb for the community. I'll wait until later today because I'm going to be speaking directly with the owners of that company that he was speaking about, and we'll get you all in the know about what this is all about, what this game is, and things that are coming in the future. And it's really, really good news, folks. So do stay tuned for that one. Thank you all for all you do for your job. Honestly, folks, it's not a problem. I'm more than happy to serve the purpose that I'm serving and constantly be there to back you up. Hey Jay, thanks for being over for us. Can you show us the community pool? Will the burn implementation hit tomorrow? Of course I can. So folks, if you don't know how to get to the community pool, grab yourself a Terra Station wallet, go to Terra Station on the internet on a computer, and then just connect your wallet. It's completely safe to do so as long as you're at the correct Terra Station. And then just tap Terra Station and come to community pool. And as you can see here, we have the community pools for all of these coins. So it's not just one coin in here they have a community pool for. It's multiple different coins because this is the classic net. And as you can see, it is still going up slightly. But like I said, we don't know if we've reached that epoch yet. We do know that a parameter change proposal has executed, and we will reach that block. So yeah, the staking percentages have gone back to normal as well. This used to be a crazy 33,000%. It's really good to see things actually going back to normal on the governance. So moving back over to we'll keep the price of Luna Classic in front of us just in case it decides to do anything crazy. And I'm going to take a sip of my tea. Very nice. Okay, we need to rally MEXC to continue the burn as it sets to stop in 3 days. Yes, that's correct. It's 2 days now, Jana Thompson. So it's very important, folks, that we do apply pressure, and by applying pressure, make sure it's always polite pressure that is being applied in these situations, because everybody's a human at the end of the day. Everybody feels the same way you do, whether they're running a entity's account dealing with thousands upon thousands of followers. Sorry folks, my hay fever's kicking right up. If the mic goes cut every so often, it's because I'm sniffling or clearing my throat. So yeah, it's very important that MEXC, they don't need to continue doing what they've been doing, because folks, what you need to remember is they're burning their own trading fees. This is coming out of their pocket. It's not cost free. This is coming out of their net profit per year. So it's not sustainable. I've always said to people that taking money, it's their hard-earned money, is not sustainable. It won't last forever. And yeah, what we'd now like to see is MEXC implement the 1.2% burn tax on their exchange. So in my opinion, we should apply pressure to the correct people all the time. Can't stress enough how there is no tribalism. We want to work with TFL and Duquan. He is very unwilling, as well as TFL. So Deepak. So what you need to remember is TFL are currently building up a new ecosystem, and Orbital Command actually stated this yesterday, that TFL are so busy trying to build this new ecosystem, they're not actually getting any time for the classic net. And this is also the reason why it's become a community coin. It's been handed to the community. So then if this is the case, people will step forward and take control. And this is something that the SHIB developers have done. Don't forget that, folks, that the SHIB devs are pretty much, they're not official people that are appointed by Ryoshi. They pretty much anointed themselves. They put themselves in the position. They created Bone. They created Leash. They created the governance, the DAO, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, none of that was Ryoshi. So if they can achieve that, and if you've been in any one of their AMAs, you already know what they sound like. There we go, folks. A big dump coming back in now. Look, for everything that pumps, it has to dump. It needs to come up in stages, in my opinion. So moving forward, so is the burn of 35% of transaction fees already in effect? No, it's not, because even once we reach that epoch, we still have to wait a month for the first community burn. So yes, it is in effect, but no, it isn't in effect, in the sense of we've not reached the block yet, and a month hasn't passed yet for a 35% burn of the community pool. I think Duquan and TFL is in for a major shitstorm. Ooh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, Daniel. Ooh, scary. I've lost where I was now. Sidetracking. Major dump storm. So I doubt Luna 2 will move much, if at all, but who knows? I have hope that app devs will roll back to classic. You're awesome. Cheers from WA State. I start work at 3 a.m, so it's great. You do these relatively close to when I start work. Well, I'm glad it works out. And this will be every Friday, folks. It won't be late next Friday, that's for sure. But it will be every Friday at 12 midday for me, UK time. I'll always be coming on and doing this live stream for you, folks. What if we set a date to work together on a day where everyone can buy what you can of LUNC to pump the coin and raise the volume and hold? Sadly, George, buying and just holding a coin doesn't always ensure price increase. In fact, it diminishes the volume because everybody's buying and then holding. Yes, we'll have that initial flood of volume. come in, but other than that, it won't. Buying and holding doesn't maintain price. Like I said, it actually diminishes volume. People need to be trading it, doing stuff with it, using it, sending it to friends, paying people with it for stuff. Yeah, it's use case has to be there for a crypto coin. I'll donate LUNC for a new chair for him. Ha! You don't need to. Ha ha ha! There's a brand new chair outside in a box right now outside my door. I just have not set it up today. So you can look, it doesn't want to be that squeaky today. Normally it's like all the time. Oh, the cat looks at me turning her head. Do we have a sense of how many validators are on board currently, and are we in touch with most of them? Why do so many not vote? This is a really good question, and it's something that is actually going to be answered in the coming days, because I'm actually going around the Discord at the moment and I'm rounding up all of the validators that we actually have on board at the moment, and I'm tallying them up. I'm getting a little icebreaker from each one in an email, pretty much saying why they've joined the cause, why they're voting with Terra Rebels, and why they support Terra Rebels, and where they see the future of Lunar Classic. So that'll be an interesting thing when we start getting all of that together. Hi, bro. Do you think Duquan abandoned LUNC holders? Yes and no, because he could have just locked the governance away completely, just shut the governance down, applied a breaking set of code like what has happened recently. So when the governance went down, it was due to a code update on the mainnet. Terra Rebels applied enough pressure to TFL that they actually fixed it, and no one else had to fix it. They fixed the governance. So I don't believe they have abandoned Lunar Classic. No, I just believe they're very, very busy at the moment. And anything they do say just comes under so much fire and heat every time. So yeah, big dump, and Binance will scoop it up. Dump and scoop. There was a guy towards the end of the chat that was definitely negative towards LUNC, and I was getting so annoyed. Yes, this was the person Vegas was back and forth in with. And from what I could make out, they didn't really understand the concept of burning and having all these different staking initiatives and burn initiatives and use cases. They actually sounded like someone who didn't want to hear the factual evidence, didn't want to hear it. They were just more concerned that everyone was factuated on burning than they was about anything else. So in my opinion, that was the reason why he was on at the end and he didn't get much talk time. So yeah, people like him just take it with a pinch of salt, in my opinion. Yemri holders Lunak from Indonesia, shout out to you. LL Ghoul J, shout out to the TG group coming back. Bloody love that joint. Yes, folks. So we got to the bottom of what seemed to have been the problem, and it was pretty much a certain individual had taken it upon themselves to make multiple accounts and then go around reporting the Telegram to various different people in the LUNC community, putting us in a bad light. I've ironed out the kinks. I've got to the bottom. I figured out exactly who it is, why they're doing it. And yes, the Telegram group is back online and it is working fine. It's not getting deleted. And I'm really happy to say that to you folks, because you spoke so strongly as a community towards me about this that, you know me, I'm a community person. I will always listen to what you folks are telling me and what you want. And what you wanted was for that Telegram group to not be deleted. So there you go. Hi Jay, good day from Istanbul. Today, Lunar Classic more slower than BTC. What happened? CZ is pulling a dawn side. CZ himself, remember this folks, Binance himself isn't buying this coins. What I believe is it's an algorithmic program they've created to do this, because the way that the wallets work and everything like that, no one person would be able to keep up with that amount of data transfers and constantly moving everything in a circle. So I would think it was an algorithm performing that. Do they still have access to the Armageddon switch? As to Duquan saying that he had a switch to pretty much blow up Lunar Classic, if you actually watch that interview in full, the context as to what he's explaining it about is completely different to the context that they are portraying it in. And that's a thing that we find with media, news influencers and crypto influencers, that they use words or small sections of what you've said to reword what has happened. And that Armageddon switch is, you need to go and watch that actual interview to understand why he said what he said. Yeah, super easy to reword and re-angle, readjust somebody else's news. George Flores, can we meet your cat? Yeah, anybody can meet my cat. She'd be looking at me like, who are you calling it? I don't know if it will let me go back this far, but we do put up pictures of Happy quite frequently. You can go to my Twitter and you can see her on there. Yeah, I will post more photos of Happy. She's just really hard to get to stay still, and if she is still, she's normally looks like a doofus. Moving forward, less cat talk. Jake, everyone hit that like button, thanks. Yeah, thank you, Ferdas. Jana, Vegas and Rex kicked butt. Yes, they did. And Rex is part of marketing. He's such a huge part of Terra Rebels and the community. They're going to be the ones doing a lot of the retail work. And he's really intelligent. He's worked a lot throughout his life. He's got a lot of knowledge on, like he said, Excel spreadsheets and a lot of other stuff. And when he dedicates his time to something, he dedicates it all. So, yeah, Rex is a really good guy, folks. And same with Vegas. They're just such awesome guys. They're the same as everyone that's fighting the good fight, in my opinion. They're all just doing so much, whether it be small or little, it's all happening. Contrix Beatbox, shout out from London, here since the start. Damn straight. I live just outside of London, as you know. So, yeah, huge shout out to anybody from England. Huge shout out to anybody from anywhere else. People want to become validators, HCC. I hope a video comes out soon. Yes, there will be. And to put it in short, all you really need to know to become a validator is have a decent knowledge in the code base, a dedicated computer, and pretty much the time and effort to put in to become an active validator status, because it doesn't just get dropped on you. You do have to work for it. That's how these things happen. So there you go. UST is dumping too. Bitcoin is in between. And yeah, like I said, for everything that pumps, it will dump some. It can't just go straight upwards. It's really not healthy for it to do that. Okay, there was an article CZ posted today about bailouts for failing projects. Yes, I think there's definitely a reason why he's accumulating LUNC and USTC. Yeah, I've said this from the start, but at the same time, it's none of us have a crystal ball. None of us actually know why they're accumulating so many coins and why it's only them out of every exchange out there that's doing it. It's not like they have the cheapest trading fees. There are cheaper methods for buying that coin. Can you please tell me when the proposal vote will end? Prince, all the proposals have finished. They have all passed. All of our proposals that we put forward have passed, as you can see. There's no proposals up at the moment, so there's nothing to vote on. So there's nothing to end because nothing has started. Moving back to Classic. I gave up an episode of Love Island for yesterday's AMA. Totally worth it. Thank you so much. That is a huge thing, in my opinion, for someone to give up Love Island to come sit and listen to us ramble on. So thank you very much, Justin. Prince internet, press the like button to gain more relevance in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, Sukri. I believe that even if we cannot get all of the current validators on board, there will be new validators wanting to jump on board in August. Yes, and we don't need all of the validators on board. Remember that, folks. We really don't need any validators whatsoever. Getting myself really mixed up here. We do not need TFL on board, and we do not need all of the validators on board. Sorry. We just need a majority percentage of them to accept the update. And this is pretty much how it works. If 2/3 of them accepted the update, and then the other the other percentage didn't, right? What would then happen is the ones that did receive the update, it would all go ahead. Those would receive the update, and the ones that refused it would actually be kicked off the validators list or something along those lines. So it's not, we don't need all of them. We just need a decent majority of them. And we do have quite a few in the group already in Terra Rebels. And just by going over to Terra Station, clicking on one of these, and then looking at the amount that voted. So at the moment, we've got around 43 voting yes to the majority of our proposals. So with it being on a 50-50% scale, I would say, on a percentage scale, I would say it's around, what would you say, folks? 40-60 towards people saying not voting with them. So we're near that 50% mark of getting 50% of the validators to vote on our things. So yeah, it's really important that, like I said, we don't need TFL to do any of this. We don't need we don't need access to their code. We don't need them to do anything. Them helping would just speed everything up for Terra Rebels. But them themselves, Terra Rebels, are a very, very superior set of human beings, in my opinion. The professionality between them, the fact that none of them have got social media accounts, they're not, like, they had to anoint me as a media spokesperson because none of them, that's not what they're interested in. They're interested in fixing this problem, not talking about fixing it, which is what I do. And I will admit that I am just talking about what they're going to do, and that's the bone bears of it. And that's why I started the Lunar Classic Let It Burn channel, so we have our own burn initiative, if that makes sense. Armageddon starred Bruce Willis, not do Corn Switch. Be honest, can LUNC ever reach 0.05? Yes, it can, but it's all burn and use case dependent, folks. Always remember that. We would need to see a decent reduction in the circulating supply on top of having those use cases rolling out. Everyone is saying 0.01 is the price, but I have 2 million LUNC. Won't be much. The price isn't 001, Islam. Don't believe everything that you read. Don't take people's word for things neither. Always go and do your own due diligence. There is no any voice coming out from Muster. Is he still with the community? The issue is that there's already a huge team of people working towards this, and the proposals, when they're put up, are put up very carefully. They make sure they're what the community wants and not just what one individual wants and things like that. I think possibly he's just realised maybe that there is people working on it, and he can sort of relax in the thought of knowing that, oh, well, hang on a minute, they've already got everything under control. And I think that might be the case. He is in the Terra Rebels Discord group. I don't know if he holds a status or anything like that, like operations or something like that. I don't think so. I just think he's been in there to have a look. Something to take away from yesterday's AMA with Orbital Command is Sifi was listening in the listener section throughout the whole thing. There was not one point when Sifi was not listening to what was being said. If you don't know who Sifi is, have a Google, and you'll be very, very surprised as to that person actually being in there. And yes, it was the actual Sifi. And these people are real OGs. So moving forward from Essex Brentwood, you sound like you're from Norwich, my neck of the woods. I've lived in Kent for a few years before. I've lived in Scotland. I've lived in a few different places. I've also lived outside of the UK. I've been about, so I might have a weird twang to my voice sometimes, I guess, is what we say in the UK. You have a bit of a twang to your voice. I thought y'all had an AMA with Binance. No, I wish. I really wish. That'd be really, really nice to get an AMA with Binance. I debated flying to Paris to actually try and get my questions put across publicly when Binance was due to speak out there, but I bottled it. So after listening to Orbital Command, I totally understand where they're coming from about being a business and making profit. Hopefully when staking gets re-enabled, it will improve their situation. Yes, and it will. Trust me when I say that, folks. Just bringing back staking is huge. It's huge. It's Like so huge. Like none of you folks can actually stake your Luna Classic anywhere right now for a decent amount of APY returned. And yeah, I myself will be looking to be staking a certain amount of coins to be getting more coins to burn in turn. And this is something that Matthew Perry does with his Shib Let It Burn channel. They choose to stake a certain amount of coins for a year, every year, and they burn them all off at the end of the year. Charlie Mitson, $1 million question. What do you see the price per coin being at the end of the year, and how many coins am I holding? Oh, good question. No one actually ever asked me that too much. So I'm holding just under 2 million coins. I only bought these because, like everybody else, I didn't want to look back and think, what if it did happen, what if? So I just spent, I think, around £25 at the time on a very, 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 very small bag. And this is a smart thing to do, in my opinion, because buying a huge bag and going all in on something is just insane. I wouldn't do that with anything in life. I would never throw my money all into one pot. I'm always very smart about what I do and how I do it. So as to how much I hold, it's very minimal amount. And another thing that I want to point out is the reason why I don't actually hold huge amounts of crypto is for the fact that I would be emotionally swayed on what I was posting. And I already have the ability to probably post a video saying something's going to go to the moon, and you folks would take my word for it because I've built up a level of trust, and you would instantly then go and buy that coin. It would create FOMO, and yeah, there'd be a huge pump. So I'm always very careful about what cryptos I'm invested in and what I'm invested in. And yeah, my investment, to be quite honest, and as silly as it sounds, and it might sound like star talk, but my investment is you folks. My payment is where I get paid from you folks by you trusting me. People saying to me, well done, you know, you're doing a great job. That's payment enough for me. Someone asked me yesterday about the money. How can I burn money from HCC like that? That I've worked so hard for it, and now I'm just going to burn it. And at the end of the day, I do what I say I'm going to do. I said to you folks, we get the top source. What did we do? We got the top source. I said we're going to burn, so we will be burning the first 3 months of Happy Catty Crypto's revenue. And yes, we are very close to that first burn on Happy Catty Crypto. So do keep an eye out for that one, folks. Quanmageddon. Okay, 2 things us South Africa LUNC holders pray for daily: that we can get rid of socialism, and that LUNC pumps to 0.10. LL Cool J, I really like your name, by the way. It is likely we will see any DEXs pop up on LUNC in the future, or have you heard any whispers of other dApps? It's exciting. It's an exciting thought to see things being built on Luna Classic. Yes. And the video I'll be dropping later about what Vegas has been saying about and updating us about yesterday, I'll be bringing that all forward into the light, and you will hear from the owners of that company and what their plan is with Luna Classic in the future. Why are you spelling C-Fee? C-Fee. Was Jimmy confirmed to be LUNC DAO? A LUNC DAO is a set of people. That's the whole point of a DAO, is that it's a decentralized autonomous organization of people that are fully transparent. How will CZ do a massive burn all at once, like trillions of LUNC burn at once? We don't know if CZ is going to do that, but with the amount of money they have invested in it, if it is 100% their coins and not users' coins, then there's no, like I said, there's no guarantee that they are going to burn them. It's just speculation at that point, but it would make sense mathematically for them to do that, because therefore they could burn a certain percentage of their coins and the remaining percent would be worth more than everything they paid out overall, if that makes sense. Understanding it's not financial advice, but what would you say to wrap Luna holders at this stage? Okay, so my honest speculative advice for wrap Luna holders, which is not financial advice, is get out of it. Get out of it while you can. And that's my honest speculative opinion, which is not financial advice, is just get out of wrap Luna where you can, because wrap Luna was just a way to wrap your Luna Classic in an Ethereum layer to use it on the ETH blockchain. as we stand right now, Wrapped Luna hasn't even been mentioned once across the board by a lot of people that are working on it. And yeah, it's been really thrown to the wind. And if we go to Wrapped Luna Classic, woo! Okay, so we go to markets. As you can see, there's only 4 places you can buy or sell it. And this is really, really bad in my opinion. We still don't have a trading view chart by the looks of it. Nope, still no trading view charts. We can go to BitGetNet, and that is about as good as it is getting. And in my opinion, yeah, like I said, folks, I would just get out of Wrapped Luna. Wait for the IBC channels to open. Unless you know how to use one of the back channels, then I would say, yeah. But do your own research. Go out and do your own research. Don't take my word for it. But my opinion is there's just no use case for Wrapped Luna right now. I don't see any use cases in the future. And yeah, this one has been really kind of left to the not to die or anything like that, but it's just not on anybody's agenda right now, if that makes sense, because it's just an Ethereum layer. That's it. It just gives you the ability to take Luna Classic and use it on the ETH chain. But yeah, so moving forward, I do like the analogy you used about leading the horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. Yeah, that's just very true. It's not my analogy, actually. That's an analogy that's been used throughout history. And it's the same across the board with, you can't lead a horse to water. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. You can open a door for someone, but you're not able to push them through it. And all those sorts of things. It's really good to paint a visual image inside someone's mind from your words. That's always a good way to go by. This just in, Happy Catty said something is going to the moon. You'll have every influencer now cutting that section out of the live stream. Perfect movement, bro. Who's selling the pumps? So hopefully it reaches 0.2. It's a lot of rands. Hi HCC, how confident are you with exchanges implementing the S/W update? By S/W update, what do you mean there? Do you mean just by the repository code update? Do you mean them implemented and accepting the burn taxes and things like this? Why is Terra USD pumping hard? And I would just say it is the overall market right now is being dragged in a positive direction by Bitcoin. And we see this happen. So when there's a consolidation phase for a while from Bitcoin, altcoins will tend to continue moving upwards. But yeah, like I said, we're coming down now on a harsh retest and possibly could open up again for a larger run. So we'll just have to see how it keeps panning out. Bitcoin is still looking like it wants to move upwards. Let's switch to an hourly, zoom it down. Whoa, don't do that, bro. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, attempting to push back out of this real dip we was in down at that nearly at that 17k level, right, guys? Yeah, so I mean, very close to that 17k level. Could this be the bottom? I do not know. I'd like it to be the bottom though, to get this crypto market moving. We've been in this stagnation phase for quite some time now, and it's down to all the stable coins and all of the bad things that have been happening. And Luna Classic is one of those things that have happened that have really brought the market's trust to near zero. When I started this channel, it was like looking at the cryptoverse was on fire. I was looking, it was on fire, and everyone was running around trying to throw sand over everything. And now we're uniform. Now we really are that huddle of penguins, right, folks? Smash the penguin emoji if you know about the penguin analogy. Lots of people saying shloop. Yiffy to the moon. Hello again. Love from Cuba. Keep it up, bro. Well, you can push people through doors. Yes, Akira Juro, that is right. You can push people through doors. And how you push people through doors is by doing, say, a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away, you know what I mean, X amount of coins if you join and subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Twitter channel, and things like that. that, in my opinion, is pushing someone through a door. You're forcing them to go and look at the information. They don't want to look at it because they wanted to, because they're interested in it. They're only interested in it in the fact that you're doing a giveaway. And this moves back onto the system of shadow following, or a ghost following, or a fake following. Yeah, you want to make sure that you're always fully connected with all of your community at all times, and you're doing what's best for them. 2 seconds, folks. Sorry, folks. The cat has actually grabbed a bird out of the air from the window and has managed to bring it inside the flat. So I just grabbed the bird from her and I have freed it. That was scary. Sorry for the brief lapse in feed there, folks. Petrova Vigata Bogdan, you are selling false dreams to these people. Why don't you tell people that the volume trading is getting lower and more LUNC are minting every day? There's no LUNC being minted every day. You're completely wrong there, and I can call you out on that. You're wrong. The coins are not minting. It's been confirmed as not minting through Duquan, Terra Labs, and TFL, and also Terra Rebels. Any increases to the circulating supply, folks, is pretty much coins being unstaked. At first, we did think it was wrapped Luna, but then we found out that the IBC channels are closed. So yeah, if anybody thinks that I'm providing false streams, then you're more than welcome to take the door and leave. That's pretty much how it is. I present factual information to people. If you don't like that, I understand. You don't need to then go off on a crazy one saying that I'm misinforming people or I'm providing people hopium, because that is the one thing that I do not do to these people is provide them hopium. So moving forward, what about the 1.2% burn, the 1.2% transaction burn? Epoch already enabled and no new information about it. So firstly, the 1.2% burn tax is not a parameter change proposal. So I don't know how you've suddenly got that in your head that there's an epoch from this. It was a text proposal and it has to be manually implemented both on chain and off chain. You should really go and watch the content we provide here on the channel. I know a lot of people probably sat in the comment section thinking these people need to watch the content. Maybe you would dream a millionaire. I don't want to be a millionaire. Don't care about money, to be quite honest. I really don't think this is the place for you, my friend. Yeah, no doubt everybody else feels the same about that. You've got a really negative outlook on life. You sound like you're very pessimistic, and yeah, you sound like you just want to ignore the factual evidence. Why is the circulating supply increasing? Can we kick this person, folks? Hang on. I mean, I don't mean to be that guy, but damn. Let me sort this out. It's not good having a really negative outlook like you're having, my friend. I've put you in a timeout, okay, buddy? I'm not going to remove you. I've put you in a timeout, okay? There's no good walking around being a pessimist all your lives, folks. It doesn't achieve anything whatsoever. At the end of it, yes, there's negative things happening, but you can't sit there, walk around and just suddenly start throwing your toys out of the pram and saying, oh, well, the circulating supply's increasing. Why is it increasing? They're minting coins. And realistically, you've not actually gone out and done any fact finding. You've not looked at anything. You're just assuming. And then you're coming in places and assuming to other people. Yeah, and just like people are saying, you've got no optimism. You're a pessimist. You're so angry and you're so uppity that you don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to see the facts. Anytime there's negative stuff, I will always cover it, and I've always covered any negative things. The second the governance went offline, what did I do? Oh, that's right, I reported it straight away, didn't I? And when it got fixed, did we make out that Terra Rebels fixed it? No, we didn't. TFL fixed it, and we told you that straight away. Yeah. Oh, God. I mean, it's being a pessimist and there's being a pessimist, right, folks? So sorry, let's move on. The cat is on fire. Yeah, honestly, the way I just heard a massive squawk in the bathroom and I went out there and she had the bird in her mouth. I was like, drop it. Drop the bird. Put the bird down. Step away from the feathers. Can the 1.2% tax proposal vote again as a parameter change? Yes, we can. We shouldn't need to, though. It seems like it's going to be implemented in due course. But as I say, folks, a lot of people will always say to you, oh, it's moving too slow. It's this, that, and the other. And realistically, a month's not even passed yet. Things take time. Implementing code, it all takes time. You need to test it. It needs to be tested further. Then someone needs to attempt to break it. Someone needs to attempt to use it in a bad way. And then they need to retest it again. These things takes time. So always do be patient with the proposals that have gone through. If you need reassuring, folks, you can always go to the Terra station. You can go to the governance. You can go to past. And you can see that these text proposals and parameter change proposals have passed. So, yeah, moving forward pretty much with people that are pessimists. Don't be a pessimist, folks. Go and educate yourself. Yes, there's negative energy out there. Yes, we're seeing the circulating supply increase. Is it because they're minting coins? No, it's not. It's simple. Coins are being unstaked and staked daily, okay? This is all that is, okay? And people will say, well, why hasn't the circulating supply gone down yet? Well, because we've only burnt just over 1.1 billion coins. So you can sort of see where it is. Now, what you want to do is put yourself in SHIB holders' boats because they really struggle with their circulating supply. It goes up more than it goes down and they burn monumental amounts of SHIB. It's been sat at 556 trillion for months and months and months now. And now it's up to 557 trillion. So it just goes to show if the SHIB army can stay positive, keep burning towards coins that it's a really Orbital Command said 6.9 trillion is an unfathomable number, and I beg to differ. It's not. They're overthinking it. 557 trillion is an unfathomable number. 6.9 trillion is feasible inside the human mind, in my opinion. The more I've worked with billions and trillions, the more that when you get up to like 550-ish trillion or anything above 100 trillion, it just becomes unfathomable to write, to look at, to even think. Good on you, mate. Good guys got together. People always go and ask when pump, when burn, when CZ. Everything takes time. The community and devs are doing everything they can. It takes time no matter what. Happy has done a great job. Thank you so much, James Madden. And folks, remember, no one at Terra Rebels is being paid. I'm not being paid. I'm not making any money from anything that we're doing for 3 months. So for 3 whole months, I make nothing. And Terra Rebels make nothing throughout this whole thing. And please don't donate. Thank you so much, Dan. Literally, thank you. I'm sorry if I've missed your question, but you don't need to donate. I honestly, folks, you really don't need to do it. YouTubers, they overplay their position so badly, and the amount of money they must make from donations is crazy. They make enough from their channels alone, folks. So, Dan, thank you very much for that donation. So Dan's asked, proposal 4080 has passed. How can we measure the burn amount? If this was just a parameter change, how long until we see a burn for this proposal? So I would think from the day we get the confirmed epoch reach, which I should be able to confirm that today for you folks in a video later today. Once we see that confirmation, from that date, I would say 1 month later exactly, you'll see the first community burn, which will be from the community pool. It has executed, it has passed, and that one, it's not me saying to you folks you can forget about it, but you don't need to worry about it in terms of has it executed, is it going to do what it said it's going to do, because the answers to it are yes, and more yeses on that front. So thank you so much for that $5 donation, Dan. I hope that answered your question. As to how you can measure that burn, I will figure that out once we see that first community pool burn. I'm pretty sure there'll be a dedicated wallet that specifically handles the community pool, and we'll we'll know from the future. So yeah, dropping a video on that when that does eventually happen. Imagine the scene. We're an army of screaming penguins. Burn LUNC! I got 10 mil on my dad's account for 0.10 and 25 mil on mine for the $1+ dream. Time will tell. Yeah, and the best thing I can say to someone who's buying that much is always make sure you're buying it for the long run, not for next week, because things don't always do what... Things that happen, like with SHIB, where it moonshotted by 4.1 million%, that sort of stuff happens overnight. Like literally overnight. And for what it pumps, it will always dump, and that's just the rules. Would it be beneficial to push everyone to move their coins to one exchange to do a massive burn and reduce the supply quicker? Sadly, no, because getting everybody to converge to the same exchange will cause a lot of traffic and issues, I would have thought. And obviously coordinating 10,300 holders to all do that at the same time would be insane. Oh, my hay fever's horrible today. If Dude created Luna, which turned into LUNC, how can an outside entity like TR make changes? Does that mean anyone can make changes? Thanks. Yes, in theory, yeah, you can. You could take the code, you could create your own repository, you could put the code in your repository, and you could offer that repository to the validators. And this is exactly what Terra Rebels are doing. They've taken the code from TFL, they've reproduced it into their own repository, and they've been building in that. And they're building on a lot of things. There's a lot of things happening at the moment that you folks will know before the weekend's out, and you will understand just how serious these folks are, the capabilities of what they're capable of. And remember, when you implement things manually on a blockchain, you have to do a halt. So just remember that at some point they're going to have to halt the blockchain for around, well, I don't know how long it would take, but I know there will need to be a blockchain halt at some point to implement these two proposals. So you said they test 1.2% burn tax. How is the supply? Is the supply decreasing while they're testing it? No, because they're testing it inside a testnet, which is an environment designed for testing. It's not connected to anything. It's just a test. It's similar to Streamlabs has a test function for the widgets. It just gives you the ability to test stuff. We also have a test Telegram group for the bots that we use in the Telegram group, and my moderator Stefan uses that Telegram group as a test net. So the bots can't actually do anything in there. They can just test out the things we want them to do. So no, I wouldn't say them testing it is reducing the burn supply. And folks, someone else has asked me this on Twitter a few times. If somebody else burning coins reduces your coins in your wallet, no, your coins in your wallet belong to you. You would have to burn those or do something to those for them to be reduced. My biggest concern is how much utility Terra Classic blockchain has left after losing developers to 2.0. Happy, what's your concern level for this? Yeah, my concern level for validators is very, very high all the time, because without the validators, the whole system can't move. And then without you folks as bag holders, the validators would have no one staking with them, doing anything with them. And everybody needs everyone for this to work. Everybody really does need everybody for this to work. As to the utility of the Terra Classic blockchain, it still has a lot of utility. It's just the fact that we don't have a stable coin working at the moment. We don't have governance working at the moment, and staking's just not there at the moment. So there's 3 huge use cases that are in the works. And like I said, if you go on and look at the volume on Binance, so if you look at the daily trading volume for Luna Classic on Binance, it's huge. It's monumental, the amount of trading volume that's going on there. 11 years ago, Bitcoin was 0.01, so patience is key. There's too many people getting into the get rich quick and listening to other YouTubers' fake promises. Yeah, and this is a huge issue. So I had one of my followers come forward yesterday and actually say that he's lost his life savings to XYO. I said, how did that happen? He said a YouTuber said it was a sure shot. It was set to explode. It was a gem mint. He needed to get in on it now. And he's saying that he's lost around 14 grand of his life savings and he's 62 years old. And he explained to me he'll never be able to get those. He'll never be able to work enough to get that back. And it's really sad to see that a YouTuber is responsible for his decisions. And this is really irresponsible, I believe, of the majority of YouTubers. And the whole thing was Saitama. Who got burned by Saitama? Pop a penguin in the comments if you was burned by Saitama. The amount of people I get coming forward asking for me to cover Saitama and actually bring them out into the light, bring them out into the woodwork and start pretty much sanding them down to see what's hiding under the layers. But I just don't have the time. But I know Saitama really ruined a lot of people's lives. Also made a lot of people happy, as most crypto coins can do, but they'll also make people sad. For where there's people winning, there's also people losing. And the cat has now just coughed up some feathers in the living room. 11 years ago, yep, howdy legend, is Do Kwon ever going to be back involved with LUNC? No. That's stated in the revival plan, is that it was handed to the community. It's a community coin, and that's why a lot of people refer to it as a meme coin now. But yeah, like I said, if the SHIB devs are able to bring so much light to Shiba Inu without actually doing anything, then I'm pretty sure the people at Terra Rebels can actually do something to Lunar Classic by actually doing what they say they're going to do, which is really important. Why did you start your videos with HiXJ instead of HappyCattyCrypto here? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'll change it back. I'm sorry. I always test things to see how you will all react to it. Like when I took the schlup out. The schlup? Who am I? Schlup. When I took that out, it's nice to see that you folks do react to it. And you're like, no, well, we want that back. We prefer you saying that. So, yeah, don't worry. I will make sure to always start with, hey folks, welcome back to the channel. HappyCattyCrypto here. After burns, 10 billion coins will remain. So what do you think the price would be at that time? What, if a circulating supply was 10 billion? Is that what you mean? If the circulating supply was 10 billion, we would see some serious price per coin action. But yeah, that's if obviously the circulating supply was 10 billion, which is a very, very small amount. At that point, some bigger fish would get in to make a 10x to $1. Yeah, and that's always the issue. What they say is the rivers feed the streams, or the streams feed the rivers. It's one or the other. Bad analogy, Jay. Bad, Jay. Okay, moving forward. How long will it take for testing before it's executed and take effect with LUNC? As to that, it's still in testing. It is getting near the end of its testing situation. And yeah, I'm not going to provide you folks with any time frames or anything like that, because you just know that's not how this works at the moment. I was just kidding, both works. Yeah, no, I do prefer the HappyCattyCrypto. It's a bit more formal in my opinion. Hi HCC, how confident are... Okay, if you want to finish that, maybe. Okay, to 0.01 at least. Folks, you need to remember the price really does need needs time. Bitcoin really needs to figure out what it's doing. Like Bitcoin being down at 17k. For anybody that's new to crypto, this is a very, very sweet buy-in zone for, and it's not financial advice, but for anybody that's been in crypto for a while would sit and say to himself, this is when you buy. This is when you buy. You don't buy with these YouTubers telling you, oh, it's going to go to the moon when it's already up like 85%, telling you to buy on an 85% run. Folks, my advice is you always buy when the market is in the worst position it could be in. That's when you buy. When no one else wants to buy it, that's when you buy. And that's just my opinion, and it's not financial advice. And then when it comes time to sell is when you hear a person talking about it in a cafe. Oh, have you heard about this moon coin or whatever? And then you know, oh, okay. Oh, I think I better check my wallet. You check your wallet. Oh, yeah, that has that has done something. I think I will sell that now. Hi HCC, how confident are you with exchanges implementing the software update? How they won't install the software update, so to speak, that goes out to validators. I need to do a double check to see if the exchanges go for a software update as well, or if that just happens automatically with each exchange. I know each exchange will have to manually put that 1.2% burn tax into place, unless it's a parameter change, in which case it will roll out automatically. Why Danku so positive? Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a positive person. It's really good to have a non-pessimistic view on life, not see everything as a threat, and try and take the positives from the negatives where and when you can. That doesn't mean ignore the negatives of what happened. That doesn't mean if your house is on fire, ignore it and things are going to be okay, because that's just not how it works. You need to sort that out. Okay, Jay, I'm out here. Thanks so much for your time, honesty, and clarity. I will continue to ignore all other YouTubers talking about LUNC and strictly follow your content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And like I said, we are the official media spokesperson for Terra Rebels. We're not paid. We don't promote anything or anything like that. It's not an affiliation or anything like that. We are just a media spokesperson getting the directly sourced information coming out from the situations unfolding. Byron Alice, what positives? Low. Working on staking, burn taxes coming through, the community burn once a month. The amount of people talking about Lunar Classic, the validators that we have got voting now compared to the validators we had voting before, not being capitulating in a dead, dying freefall spiral. I mean, there's so many positives, folks. So many positives. HappyCattyCrypto's near their first burn. Lunar Classic Let It Burn channel is going to be burning next month. Yeah, so many positives out there, folks. And the sun's shining here in the UK as well, so that's really cool. I love how you're not like other YouTubers hyping up like 48 hours until 0.1. Yeah, no, we're just going to tell it how it is on here, folks. At the end of the day, trust is the only way forward, and feeding your followers hopium, getting them to lap it up just because you want some more views, or your following's not enough, or you want more money and moo and I trust and all the things that come with it. My opinion is, do not follow a wolf in sheep's clothing. It is that simple. A lot of these YouTubers have really big bags, and do they care? No. The majority of them sit there in their live streams as if it is a chore that they have to attend it every day, and realistically, you folks are a problem, and you're just money for them at the end of it all. Do they really care about the community? No, because if they did, they would be chasing things like myself and Matthew Perry does. Yeah, and a huge shout out to Matthew Perry himself, because he's one of the YouTubers that are seriously keeping it real in this day and age, in my opinion. So huge shout out to him. Who are Terra Rebels, and are they working officially with Terra Luna? I think you mean officially working with TFL, and no, TFL are not working on Lunar Classic, although they did fix the governance code breaking situation the other night. Which was really good to see them come straight out. Okay, they're right. There's an issue with Classic. The validators aren't happy. We better fix this. And they fixed it. They fixed it within 24 hours. Terra Rebels didn't try to act like they fixed something. And I mean, it was just it's all truthful. It's always honest. And that's how it's going to be. And if there's ever a point when Terra Rebels try acting non-transparent or start playing up, if you folks think for 1 second I'll be rowing the boat along while they do that, you're highly mistaken, because I'll be there every turn getting as much clarity as possible throughout this whole thing. And like I said, always chasing. If there's a source, I'm going to get to that source. And that's the bone bears of it. LUNC has always been trending, if not every day, but every day, week on CoinMarketCap. This is a statement. Yeah, and then it actually is. And in my opinion, if you look at Luna 2 and look at Lunar Classic's doing way better than Luna 2. This thing's dying, in my opinion. That's why they just had to do the emergency handouts. And that's not me slating off Luna 2, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who are invested in this. So yeah, as to Luna 2 and its future, I really don't believe that this is going to go anywhere unless Luna Classic. This coin's future, I believe, will be determined off of hello Happy. Will be determined off of what happens with Luna Classic. So yeah, I do hope TFL fixing the Terra Station, they will do more to make it easier for the devs. Yeah, as do I. And I believe Orbital Command could have been some kind of reach out last night to see what's going on, how in control of the situation we are, how organized we are, if there is arguments among the developers and things like that, to see how we would all react last night. And I think they gauged a really good idea of how we react as a unit, and that we're not actually a hysterical screaming mass of subscribers, and that we are that uniformed circle of burning penguins. Okay, never forget that. Burning penguin gang. Love the calm, thoughtful mindset here. Yeah, and it's always good to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. And that's what I do with a lot of these YouTubers as well. I get it. They're so infatuated with the money that, I mean, anything else that makes them extra money is just like, yeah, well, why am I not going to do that? Why wouldn't I do that? I mean, every other YouTube's doing it. Why shouldn't I do it? Why shouldn't I lie? Why shouldn't I rope people in with hopium? Yeah. Yo, HCC Brain Blood over here. Just want to say the sound has improved. Yeah, and I've got I'm not going to say the word because you guys get all sick about it. It's a bobble. It's a microphone hairdo. It's one of those. Yeah, one of those things. I'm not going to say it. I know one of you lot are going to say it in the comments. Like children. Excuse me. Wouldn't it be advisable to not? Wouldn't it be advisable not to be negative about Luna though? At the end of the day, I'm always going to tell you folks the truth, how I see things and how it's being portrayed by the facts and in the light. And the facts are saying to us they needed a emergency airdrop bailout because they're struggling. And it's as simple as that. And look at the price of the coin. Everything else is attempted to make a decent move upwards. Luna 2's just sat at the bottom doing absolutely nothing. Whereas what we're seeing here now is a possible flag, a possible poll here. And then this is the flag appearing here. Now, if you don't know about poll and flags, have a little Google. They're quite interesting. They can swing either way depending on what's happened leading up to it. And yeah, it's all technical analysis stuff. So moving forward, I'm new on those fields, but what I believe in the next 2 weeks is going to be crazy for LUNC, and what I believe right now, what happened for Luna, that's normal. It should be happy right now in this time. Yeah, and it's a bad time in the market for all coins. There's not one coin that's getting off lightly. Every coin's getting hammered, just not on the same scale, but they are getting hammered nonetheless. Validators last night says it was business for them, which I respect. But what I hate is when terror rebels revive the LUNC and they will just reap what they didn't sow. Is for me not even good, even they vote. Yeah, and when this does get fixed and the validators that didn't vote do eventually come back to the chain, yeah, a lot of people will obviously look at them and go, well, we told you so, and you should have voted yes. And at the end of the day, folks, you can't please everyone. Not everybody likes boat rides, so to speak, and not everybody likes going on the train or going on public transport. You can't please everyone, and that's just the truth about it all, folks. Moving on, the biggest issue is no one wants anything to do with 2.0 nor trust anything to do with Do Kwon, so it will always be split in the community. LUNC is trending again on CoinMarketCap. Jay, what can you say about it? LUNC's been trending for ages. We're doing very well as a community to keep it going. Make sure people don't forget about this coin, and pretty much showing people that we're not going to lay down, we're not going to roll over, and we're not going to admit this so-called defeat that people keep putting on top of people. It's just, yeah. Or companies already want to be involved with LUNC developers, etc., which is extremely positive in my opinion, considering the state of it at the moment. To me, it shows how much future potential it has. Yeah, and it does. And like I said, marketing are going to be working on getting retail back into Luna Classic. Biden says LUNC will be, oh God, Pat Murphy, stop. Just stop. Okay, hello HTC, don't you think Terra Classic can survive without Terra 2.0? Keep up the good work. Both coins are there, folks. Neither of these coins are going, okay? Neither one of these coins is saying to the other one, right, I'm done. You can have the show. It's over. They're both here. All three of them are here, and they're not going anywhere. They are here to stay. Yo, can you please say shloop again? Yeah, no problems. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I am in agreement on what you are saying about Luna not going good at all and dead. I meant as if it is serving a purpose in our LUNC endeavor. And a huge issue what's happening, and Orbital Command stated this last night, is people are taking liquidity from Luna 2 and moving it to Luna Classic. And in turn, they're draining their new projects. And at the end of the day, and this is something that a lot of people didn't actually notice, is they pretty much just admitted we're killing Luna 2 by things that like LUNC DAO are doing, by staking Luna 2, getting their rewards in Luna Classic, and then sending them back to the Classic net to burn, and then in turn removing that liquidity from Luna 2. So therefore, Orbital Command came out and pretty much admitted we're killing Luna 2. So yeah, at some point, Terra Labs are going to have to come out and acknowledge us. They can only ignore us for so long before we make enough noise that they have no choice whatsoever. Yeah, so it's always really, really important with all of those sorts of things. Folks, I'm just going to take a very, 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 very short break to just grab a drink for myself. And yeah, I'll leave you quickly with a very small bit of music from my friend Jay Wham. Back in around 2 minutes, folks. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. HappyCattyCrypto here. Sorry about that small short break. I really needed to get myself a bottle of juice. My throat was very, very parched, so to speak. Let's grab the chat back up. Where was we? Oh my god, it's going crazy. Okay, try to catch up. Okay, here we go. Do you think UST will survive? When Epoch, Maria. Okay, so Maria, the epoch was set for around 7.7 days from last Wednesday. It's an approximate. It all depends on how fast each block moves. on how quickly it can reach that epoch. It's very important that you folks understand that it's an estimate, okay? It's all down to how quickly each block is being processed on the chain. This is what gives it its block height. So just hang in there, Maria. Around, I would say within the next couple of days, but I am going to be putting a status update out there later, which will come direct from the chairman of Terra Rebels to find out whereabouts we're sat on that block and if we can provide some proof to you folks about it reaching that block. Tap the microphone there. When is 7.7 days for epoch? That's really bad. Ali, what's really bad? Wouldn't it be in the developer's best interest to implement the tax burn? I mean, the coin popularity is going up quite a bit. Yeah, it is. But what you got to remember is it's not just as simple as implementing these things. They have to be tested on the testnet. And it's very important that they don't rush into anything, because rushing into something like this could mean the possibility of switching back on algorithm that we do not want back on. And that's how I know we're depegged from USTC itself, is because of the code changes that have happened. I've seen that they've been implemented, and you can see that we have no connection whatsoever to any other coin. And we had a slight price synchronization with Luna 2 at some point, and now we've completely blown that out of the water and we're leaving it behind. It's yeah, in my opinion, Luna Classic is far stronger and far superior than the Phoenix 1 blockchain, but that's just my opinion. Wouldn't it be in the, oh yeah, sorry, I really believe Lunac will hit 0. Well, why do you think that, Ali? I understand that you think that, but explain to us from your point of view what makes you think it's going to hit that, and let us know the maths behind what the market cap needs to be and everything that comes along with that price. LFG fam, hope you're having a good day. Yeah, having a really good day. It's really sunny here in the UK, but it's also very windy, which is really nice because there's a breeze passing through. 150 million wrapped Luna here. That's a very large amount of wrapped Luna to have there. I noticed probably a load of people thought, oh, that's the end of the stream. Look, the music started playing again and they've shot off. But yeah, we're still going to keep going. We're still going to keep treading a few more things here. We've got about 25 minutes left. So I'm all yours for questions. Okay, I believe all what happens just testing theory. Yeah, but you saying to all of us here in the chat that it's going to go to 0.01 by Monday. That's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's around 3 days away. So what do you believe is going to happen between now and then that's going to push it to that price? It's all good having a theory, but we need to hear what's behind the theory. A coin like Luna Classic is hard to kill. Yes, but why is it going to hit 0.1 on Monday is my point. Moving on anyway. Thoughts on a future repeg. Okay, so if you don't know this already, there is talks, let me get off that white screen, there is talks in Terra Rebels of bringing a stable coin back to the table. Do we think this could be a USTC? We don't know at the moment. I don't have enough info regarding that. It's all going to be rolled out in next month's meeting on it's either the 16th or 19th. I need to check my diary, but there is the next agenda meeting then. And it will all be brought up during that meeting, I would have thought. What time is it in the UK? It is 10 to 2. Bay Area love, San Francisco, but in between those cities, it's just mine, Menlo Park and East Palo Alto, CA. Massive shout out for anybody that lives in America. What a country that is. I have friends who live all over the States, but one of my close friends lives in Kentucky. And the amount of driving he does for work is just insane. I mean, driving from the bottom of England to the top of England is nothing in comparison to like when he has to drive to another state to see a family member. It's insane. The the vastness of America. What a country, especially San Francisco. It's definitely on my bucket list. HCC, just curious, what's the first thing you'll buy? Anything, not just coins, when LUNC does go to 0.1 or even $1, sort of like a celebrity thing. So what would be the first thing I would do? And like I said, this sounds going to sound really silly to you folks, but I would actually go and donate to, there's a cattery that's quite local to me that take in a lot of stray cats. There's a lot, I have had to take cats there myself, and I always feel really bad that there's so many animals out there that don't have homes, you know. Humans judge each other all the time. We judge each other for the very small facts of, like, down to someone's shoes, a small bit of dirt behind their ear. Animals don't do that. Animals just look at you and accept you for who you are, what you are. They don't care what you look like. They don't care about nothing. So in my opinion, I would probably put some money into donating to some of the animal charities in my local area. But that's just me. Obviously, I would treat myself. I would probably buy myself what would I buy myself? See, I don't even know. That's how I don't. As you know, I have a boat, so I like to go out and go fishing. I find rewards from stuff like that. I'm not really into big for buying stuff for myself, to be quite honest. Possibly a new graphics card, maybe. Not that I need one, but yeah, it would always be nice, wouldn't it, to have that latest graphics card always. Maybe upgrade the high octane memory. Anyway, sidetracking. Ali, the fastest moving money the last 3 months. It looks like the system's trying to change. B Cherry, I was born in Kentucky. What a place Kentucky is. I really have been friends with my mate in America. His name's Eric. He lives in Kentucky. I've been friends with him for a long time. He's such a cool guy. He has a really good moral compass. And that's what a lot of these YouTubers are missing, actually, is a moral compass. Long holder of LUNC. Can't wait for LUNC to get back to the price. One should be surprised. I guess you mean back to that $100 a coin, which honestly, folks, anybody who thinks it could get back to $100 a coin, that is insane. It's an insane thought. The reduction in supply would need to be huge, but that's not to say that it's not achievable. Here, actually, let me get this burn tax thing up. Here we go. Here it is. So this is a burn tax sheet created by a person in the Discord group called Hoplite. Very useful persons, always just there questioning stuff. And this is not, it's a mock-up. The maths could be off, the maths might not be off, but it sort of shows you how much is possible with that volume kicking up per day. So if we were seeing that 3 billion volume, so on and so forth, this is sort of what we would be looking at. But me and Vegas had a discussion after the AMA yesterday evening, and we came to the agreement that between ourselves, that pretty much off the maths that we was doing, that Orbital Command really didn't have an idea of just how much is going to be burnt from this 1.2% tax on its own. And that doesn't include all of the burn initiatives that are coming out in the works. I posted about a burn initiative yesterday. A lot of people were very against it, but at the same time, everything deserves to see the light. Yeah, but it's never me promoting anything. It's literally me finding something. It's factual. It's true. It's happening. Okay, the community need to know about it. I'm in Texas. It's pretty big. Yeah, it's huge. So there's a company in Texas called Zox.la. They do bracelets. I've been getting bracelets from them since they started ages ago. They're really good. If you don't, oh, sorry about that. If you don't know what Zox bands are, go on Google and take a little look. They're really good. My one I'm currently wearing says, "Remember the bigger picture." Yeah, and they have some really good inspirational quotes on them. Really cool. Love Texas. Sorry, I'm slow because I'm driving. That's fine, Ali. Please take the utmost care when driving. I'm always here, happy to answer any questions that any of you folks have, regardless of what they may be, even if it's someone saying when Lambo. And all I can say to anybody that says when Lambo, it's all down to the burns, the mechanisms being put in, the community pushing everything along, and burns and use cases happening, and anything's possible in crypto. All of you know that, but it is all down to how we guide this coin's future. What happens when we hit 0.1 and we have a massive sell-off because people want to desperately cash out for gains? Yes, and that's always going to be a situation that happens. But what tends to happen is you get more diamond-handed people and paper-handed people. Paper-handed people supposedly sell a lot earlier. Diamond-handed people just keep holding no matter what happens. They don't sell their position for a small amount of profit they could possibly make. They just put the money in, they leave it, and they come back to it in that long run. So yeah, there's always going to be people taking profits, cashing out of pumps and dumps, people longing and shorting the market too. Hello, Jay. Thank you for all you do. What would happen to the 1.2% burn tax proposal if the exchanges won't implement the burn? 2 seconds. We'll take a sip. What are you sipping on, folks? I've got a Robinson's juice. So as to your question, if they don't implement it, I honestly don't believe this is the case. A lot of them have already said they're waiting for a green light from TFL, and we're working on getting that green light turned on, in my opinion. So eventually, we should see the exchanges follow suit and do what the community is asking, because at the end of all of this, it's not them who get affected. The maker taker fees they do not get affected. It's actually us as the users who see that 1.2% burn tax hit every transaction on chain and off chain if the exchanges were to implement it. If UST repegs, is there still trillions of terror? Could the price hit 0.10? As to USTC repegging, it's a real big long shot. I mean, that would mean all of these people currently holding the coin would need to be in a tight knitted circle where all of them decide that they're not going to sell their positions and they're specifically holding their bags to achieve a repeg possibly. So yeah, like I said, we just have to see how this pans out. It's trying to open up again for another run as well. Please keep motivated to do this for this person who really want it to succeed. The negative persons will cost you a lot of energy. Do not let it come to that, because we need more like you. Yes, and I'm always making sure I do not allow my emotion to ever take control again, like I did with Fat Man. And yes, I will always admit that my outburst towards Fat Man was wrong. Do I regret what I said? No. I do not regret what I said to him, not one bit. What I said needed to be said. The way I said it, the way I approached it, and the way I achieved what I set out to achieve that day, it could have all been achieved on a very different scale. It could have been achieved differently, and I didn't need to pop off the way that I did. So yes, it's always important not to allow our emotions to take over. Even with how strongly we feel, how much we love the coin, we have to make sure we stay professional. And it's very important to take breaks. I myself am going to be taking a small break this afternoon or later on this evening to go do a little bit of fishing with a friend. Who is your king and queen, and do they even affect your life? I don't have a relationship, so to speak. It's just me and my cat. Literally, it is just me and Happy. There's no one else contributing to this on my side of things. Everything's done by myself. Every tweet, every video, everything is done by just me, and it's better that way, because it would be weird if there was a few people running this, because then you'd be getting, I don't know, input from like 3-4 different people, which would just be weird. Milo Sweet Tea here in Davenport, Iowa. Lovely. I love different types of teas. We have tea pigs here in the UK, which are really nice. Ali's drinking a coffee. Just drive safe, Ali. Please drive safe. Who is TFL? Mana. So TFL stands for Terraform Labs. It's an abbreviation. So we don't have to say Terra Labs all the time or Terraform Labs. So we just say TFL. It's kind of how we call HappyCattyCrypto HCC. Yeah, it doesn't really work with the LUNC Let It Burn channel. It's a bit of a long-winded one. Need a face reveal. Sadly, folks, I probably won't be revealing my face for a while, and this is due to my own issues with scarring on my face and a few other things from an accident that I was sadly involved in 2 years ago. So I'm very self-conscious as to what I look like, but one day for sure you folks will get to know what I look like. For now, you do have a picture of the back of my right leg, because yes, I did get the HappyCattyCrypto logo tattooed on the back of my leg. For anybody that doesn't know that, my commitment to this is insane. Nice to have a straight shooter for a change. Yeah, and it's always nice to be kept in the loop and not lied to, not being built up about Milkshake talking about some Red Bull can thing that's happening. And people need to understand, like, when Milkshake said that, I sat there and thought to myself, did you really need to tell anybody that? No, you didn't, because you've not done it yet, have you? So you didn't really need to tell anybody that yet. And it's not going to change anything. It just gets more people look at a Red Bull can and go, why is there a funny logo on my Red Bull can? And they go Google it. Oh, Shiba Inu. It's a cryptocurrency. Oh, okay. You know, it gets people looking at it, yes, but it doesn't solve that issue, does it? Of, are they actually doing anything? No. Is this going to do anything for the price? No. Is it banning any coins? No. So yeah, moving on. I missed a live of Orbital Command yesterday and wanted to see the recording, but wasn't able to find it. If you go to my YouTube channel, go to previous live streams, Kevin, and in there is the full live stream coverage, ready and waiting for you folks to re-watch it as you feel necessary. So yeah, do check that one out, Kevin. Islam, I like your logo. Thank you so much. There was an individual, and this individual is the person who has been responsible for the multiple reports on the Telegram group, and they have actually been going around saying that I'm a Freemason and I am satanic, and this is just not the case. So a lot of you probably actually know who Khonshu is if you've watched Moon Knight recently, because Marvel have done coverage on Moon Knight, which is a really cool comic if you haven't watched it. And Khonshu is the god of the moon. Okay, he's like a night traveler. He is a watcher, a protector over the people, and he watches the world go by as the moon passes over the night sky. And the 3 points of the triangle covers the 3 points of Egypt, and those 3 points being the 3 areas where Egypt meets water: the Mediterranean, the Nile, and the Red Sea. So folks, do feel safe that I am not a Freemason, because if I was a Freemason, I would probably be stinking rich. And yeah, I'm just HappyCattyCrypto, and it's just the Happy Catty logo, and it's just a cat. It's not satanic. Did TFL react to any of the proposals? No, they didn't, but they instantly reacted to the governance being broken and going down from a code change they made to the mainnet. On that happening, TFL pretty much, they've received requests from TR, and in turn TFL did fix that code breaking sequence that they pretty much initiated. So TFL in themselves fixed the governance for Classic when they could have just left it if they didn't care about the coin. If they wanted to see it die, they would have left that governance breaking change that they made in place and stop us from even doing anything whatsoever with the governance. Sorry if it was covered. Does the burn tax apply to selling as well as buying? Yeah, it's a transaction tax, so it happens on every transaction. If it gets implemented on exchanges, it would happen to every transaction regardless of what it is that you do. How do you find Miss Marvel? I don't know, because I haven't started watching that yet. So no spoilers. Please, pretty please, 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 please. So if TFL won't react to any of the implementations, Mana, you just missed what I've just said. The reason why TFL are not reacting to these proposals is because A, they handed a a satanic 3 days. So you're really messed up. TFL pretty much fixed the governance when it got broken. They handed the governance and the coin over to us in the Terra Revival plan. And now a lot of people I know haven't actually read that, because you look at it and you think, well, that's really long-winded. I'm not going to read that because I can't be bothered. I'll wait for someone to post a video on it. And I have posted a few videos on it. And just the fact that they came out and fixed the the Classic Nets governance is enough in itself to show that not that they care, but that they want to see us continue doing what we're continuing to do. Otherwise, they would have just left the fix down to Terra Rebels to fix and not done it themselves. So, yeah, it's very important. Yeah. And remember, folks, if I was a Freemason, I would be pretty rich. Pretty rich. I'm just saying. Oh, Freemasons are rich, supposedly, from what I've been told. They're pretty rich. So yeah, a lot of Freemasons in my area. I know quite a few. They are not that bad. No, and where I live, there is a chapter, probably around a 10-minute drive, and it's mostly just old men who work together and provide pretty much work contracts to each other, as from what I can make out. It's just pretty much like a social club. I mean, people pretty much have social clubs at pubs, don't they? Do you, brother? You don't have to reveal your face, brains and voice. Yeah, and that's something I was going to point out to you folks. What I look like is insignificant. My role in this is nothing. It's really nothing. Yeah, not all Freemasons are rich. Not everybody's rich. It's nothing. I am irrelevant to this. Like, my job is to bring you folks the facts. If there ever comes a point when you need transparency, to a point, if you need to know who I am, like Matthew Perry is transparent with himself, then I will take that upon myself to do that. If I ever feel it's necessary, then I will do that. But for as it stands now, like I said, I've got some really bad scarring on my face, on my neck, and on my chest. So yeah, and I'm going through treatment pretty much for it once a month. So eventually it'll be gone, but for now, yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this live stream, folks. I'm not going to rabbit on too much more, drag it on any more than it needs. So I think we've covered a lot. There's going to be more videos pouring out today for you folks. I've got a meeting in 50 minutes with some important people, which is really good for the future of Lunar Classic. It's to do with a game and a few other things that Vegas mentioned yesterday in that AMA, which is also available in my previous live stream. So thank you everyone for coming to the live stream today. Sorry it was a little bit late. It will be the correct time next week, and yeah, same time every week. Have a really nice day. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me. Shout out to everybody in the comments: Dazzler, Mana, Walraw, John Widman, Texas Crypto, Craig, Pluto, Stealthy, all of you, everyone, every single person that's been in the chat today. Thank you for coming, thank you for being here, thank you for supporting the channels. It means so much to us. And like I always say, catch you in the next ones, folks.